Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit real in this video here because today I want to talk about heartbreaks, going through heartbreaks and the pain and the agony and the self-blame and everything that goes on in between. So if you are someone who's going through a heartbreak right now or have been going through it for a while and if it's still kind of lingering for any sort of reason, this video is going to help you move through it and it's going to help you shed some light. And I'm going to be sharing with you some of my personal experiences and how I lead my clients through their heartbreaks as well. So if this is you, keep on watching. Welcome back to Awaken with Tina, and on this channel we bring forth real conversation, real energy shifting that we are all undergoing as a collective so that we can step into our higher and truest purpose. So if this is something that you resonate with, stick around. We have so much content coming up for you, and you can also browse what we have going on already on the Awaken with Tina channel. So with that, guys, let's talk about heartbreaks. I don't know about you, but heartbreaks is not one of those like yay kind of topic, but it's something that affects us all, and it's something that I know for myself. I've gone through some really big heartbreaks going on in my life, thinking that the person was the one, thinking that this could be my everything. This is how my life is set. And when we're going through the pain and the suffering and we can't even believe that it's happening, a lot of the times we long, right? We long for that love. We long for someone to be there. We long to have an understanding, a depth, a heart opening, a place to come home to. And sometimes all of that comes through is our need, right? If we don't have a need for something, if we don't have that actual desire for something, that cannot give us the suffering. Like the Buddha says, when you desire something, desire leads to suffering, and wanting leads to suffering. So whenever you know that, you want this to be in your life, you wanted things to be this way, but it's not happening, this is when the suffering happens. So how you're going through heartbreaks and how I went through some of my biggest heartbreaks, the first thing is to understand that things are happening for a reason, right? Things are just not like, oh yeah, things are happening to me because I deserve this. No, you don't deserve to have your heart broken. You don't deserve to be in pain. You don't deserve any of this. But what it is that it's showing you something that you haven't been able to look at all along. Or maybe there is something for you that there's some flags, there's some signs, there's just something that's just not there. But for some reason, you wanted that relationship, you wanted that person for a reason that is outside of you loving them loving you. And I'm going to invite you to just open up your heart with me. You can bring your tissue, cry together if if it's something that you're going through. But a lot of this time, and I had this conversation with one of my private one-on-one clients, I believe last week, when she's going through her heartbreak. And what was coming through is that when you're going through a heartbreak, you just get so many mixed feelings about, oh my gosh, why is this happening? Did I do something? Why did he do that? Why did she do that? She should have been there for me. She should have understand better. But what if we work it out? What if we get back together? And maybe this is not what I want at all, so I never want to do this again. Or maybe I just need to open myself up to a new love. Like there's going to be so many different thoughts going into your mind at once. So if you feel like you're going crazy, that's okay. All you need to do is to just accept. And just like the conversation I had with my client is to understand and awakening to what is happening right here, right now. And ultimately in your heart, okay, if you take yourself out of the situation, that it is something for your highest good. There's a lesson for you to learn from it. That maybe something that is inevitable. Maybe from the beginning that this person might not be in it 100%. Maybe that it was never going to work out. Or that maybe there's going to be an ending or there's going to be a fallout at some point, but you're just waiting for the when, and maybe now is the when. So I want you to take a moment. I want to invite you to call your power back just for a second and remind yourself that you felt something was off somewhere along the way. You knew this, right? You knew it, maybe from the way that they ignore your phone calls. Maybe you know it from the way that you just really need to be calling them and asking them, where are you all the time? You just knew that there is some resistance in this relationship. Who here can relate to that? Give me a thumbs up or let me know down below in the comments. And by the way, guys, if you guys don't have me on Instagram, follow me at Awaken with Tina, so the same name. And we can continue the conversations there on the stories, on our posts, because I post there quite often, pretty much every day. So this is something that is so important for us to tap into, which is the energy of feeling into our innate wisdom and our innate intelligence. So the truth is, you knew. The truth is your higher self knew, but there's something that we're blocking that. Something that we tell, what if I try? What if I give it my best shot? What if I navigate myself through this? What if I am more like this? What if I cook more? Maybe he'll stay. What if I buy her more gifts? Maybe she'll love me. But when it comes down to it, love shouldn't be a convincing energy. You know what I mean? Love should be just love. Love, it just is, by definition. Who here can define what love is? Love, it just is. And once you tap into the energy of what true love is, it's a beautiful energy. But then you might be thinking right now, as you're going through this heartbreak, is why is love so painful? Is it what love is? No. This is not what love is. This is misalignment. There's something off. So whatever the reason for your heartbreak, whatever the reason for things to not work out, just know that ultimately behind the labels of calling it a heartbreak or breakup, just know that somewhere along the way, something is not aligning. Whether you can look at it like, oh yeah, my commitment level, their commitment level, or I invite you to actually go beyond that. Right? And this is what we talk about on this channel. It's going beyond and really awakening to the truth. This is why we talk about energetics here. It's to understand where are you at on the frequency of love. And what I mean by that is that, are you embodying love? Are you attracting the truest version of love that you truly, truly are meant to experience? And that version of love is a feeling, is a frequency, it's an experience. It is not just from a person. And once we understand that, we understand more to this behind the lens of the heartbreak. And what I mean by that is that a lot of us, we look at love and heartbreaks and stuff like that from that one romantic person, that one romantic partner. But what happens here is that we depend so much of our happiness, our worth, our value, our state of being, our ability to attract the highest version of ourselves, of love, onto this person. So what happens when this person is like, I want to buy you gifts, I want to be there for you, I'll cook and clean and do all the things. Great. But what if this person one day decides, I don't know, I don't think this is for me. I don't feel the alignment, they walk away, and then you go like, whoop. So what happens here is that we have been attaching our worthiness, our identity, our attachment, who we are, what love is, onto this one thing. So whenever it shifts, we shift with it. Whenever things are out of alignment, we become out of alignment. But what if we reframe the way that we look at love and we look at heartbreaks, and as this, it's just something that's just not meant to be. And the biggest problem here is that every time we go through something that is not desirable, most of us are going to be very quick to do the blame game. Right? We either blame ourselves, oh my gosh, I must have done this for him to leave me. That's what I thought when I was going through my heartbreak, my last heartbreak 5.5 years ago. I thought I did something. I wasn't there for him enough. I didn't do enough. I wasn't supportive enough. I wasn't cool enough. I wasn't adventurous enough. So first of all, you think, what the heck is wrong with you? Right? You think you did something wrong. And then second stage, or the flip side of the coin, is what's wrong with them? Why can't you see that I'm the best thing here on this planet? Right? Why can't you see that I put effort into this? Why can you see that, right? So what happens here is we do this thing, this blame. But not only that, what's going through this heartbreak, it's being eliminated, is us getting really, really affected by the decision of someone deciding that it's not for them. We cannot force love. We can't, If someone doesn't want to be in your house and they say, I want to leave, what good is it for you to say, I'm gonna strap you down? What are we, like kidnappers, right? That's what it is that we're doing. Is that we are saying that no, this has to work. Why? No. What happens that you can see that the energy is very forceful. The energy is very demanding. The energy is very acting from even fear. And what that comes down to is that as humans, we like stability, right? We love comfort. We like predictability. We like to even stay in the same relationship, even though it's toxic, even though it's terrible, even though it's misaligned. At least we know that the next day you're not single. The next day you're still with a partner. You see, at least you still have someone that you can go to bed with, even though you really don't like their snoring. But at least there's going to be someone. What happens here is that it's not the person, you see, it's not the love between you and that person. But what if I invite you to ask the honest question? Is there something beyond that? Is there something beneath that? Maybe what you're craving is not for David, right? Or John or Tom to be in your life, or Nina or Sharon or Kathy to be in your life, but it's rather that energy of stability. Perhaps the energy you're chasing here is of support, of love, of kindness, of someone who can see you, of someone who wants to protect you, someone wants to be there for you. Maybe it's not even someone. It is the energy of protection that you're seeking, the security that you're seeking. So this is what happens when I do work with a lot of my private clients. It all comes down to what's going on in your childhood, what's going on in your upbringing. When you don't feel like things are going right, when you don't feel like things are secure in your life, whether it's your finances, whether it's your ability to receive love and support. A lot of us, we've gone through abandonment, right? We have abandonment wounds. I know I had when I was growing up. We have been hurt before by even our own family, our own parents. So that what we do is that we find like the nearest like support, and we like grip onto it. We hold on to it. It's like, when like the tornado, something's going on in the world, and you're just like, I'm gonna hold on to this tower because it's safe. So what happens here is that this is how we treat relationships. We grab onto something, and we hold on to something, we attach onto something. And this is something that I'll make another video if you guys want to talk more about attachment styles, and understanding that we can go really deep about it. But for the heartbreaks that you're going through, sometimes when you detach from that, you can feel like, oh no, but what if the wind can blow me now? What if there's going to be obstacle falling on my face now? Because what happens here with the heartbreaks, that it brings up a lot of feelings, the guilt. Maybe I should have done better. I should have known better. The shame. What if people think that I'm a failure, I'm unlovable? What if it is true that I am unlovable? That's why he left me, or why she left me. That's why it confirms everything that people told me, that I believed about myself, that I am not worthy, that I am not good enough. So what happens here is that it brings up a lot of dirt. So that's why we go crazy during this time. I went crazy when I was going through my heartbreaks in my life, like all of us, right? We always think that it's just like, why is this happening? What's wrong? I thought we're gonna have kids one day. We're gonna get married. Why? But I want you to feel into the possibilities of this. And the possibility is that when something is out of alignment in your life and it's actually been taken away out of your life, heartbreak, right? Breakup. What happens here is that it's bringing forth a new perspective. So this is when you have to choose. Do I allow this to make me a better person? Or am I gonna fall and crumble into the wind? Or am I gonna crumble into the wind and reinvent myself? That's what happened to me. Because of my last heartbreak, I thought he was everything. I thought this is the father of my children. This is going to be my husband. We went ring shopping, like the week before. Like it was crazy. Like everything was planned. He met my family. Like it was everything. And then boom, it's over. The feeling that I was going through, the afraidness of what am I supposed to do? What are the next steps, right? And what I came to realize in that moment, it's not about me and him. It's not about, oh my gosh, this person, I love him so much. And, it wasn't even that, It was more like, what am I going to do with my life now? I don't know if you resonate with this. Oh my gosh, what are people going to think about me? Does that mean I'm unlovable? And then all of this, it comes to me. It comes back to me and my own insecurities. So what happened is that it led me onto a whole new path of rediscovering myself, of rediscovering what is love and how can I love myself. I've been clinging onto this person because I wanted him to be there for me when things go wrong, because I didn't have the ability to hold myself. But what if we learn the ability to hold ourselves when things go wrong? What if we say, no matter what's going on, I still love and honor myself, even though that I'm messy right now, snotty, crying, like eating chocolate, and my hair is all crazy because I'm going through this freaking period. But can I still love myself, have compassion about myself? If you can do that, your ability to not only move on from this heartbreak, but your ability to attract the one, the love that you deserve, not just romantic, but in all areas, gonna come. Because now you're no longer seeking a person, this one person, and expect them to be there for you, expect them to solve your problem, expect them to show up the way you show up and do all the things, because you know how to do all of this, and you already do all of this for you. So when you're meeting someone, what happens here is that you're looking at them as like, this is a bonus in my life. This is beautiful. This is a gift, because there's nothing that they can give you that you cannot give to yourself. So by just having them in your life, it's a pure love connection. It's not attachment. It's just, I love you. For you, not for, you don't have to do anything for me. I don't have to do anything for you. This is when we tap into that energy of that unconditional love. And we'll talk more about that. But this is interesting because I know that a lot of you guys have been messaging me on my Instagram and telling me that you've been going through some really tough times, whether it's a heartbreak with, your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, but some of your family members, right, that can be passing away, or some of the friendship that are just leaving your life. A lot of this can bring up a lot of emotional pain. And I want you to know that you're not the only one who's going through this. And a lot of us are suffering in silence until we understand that, heartbreak is something that we go through. And why the pain is there? Because it hurts, because you care, because you attach, because you wanted something and you don't have it. But when the suffering, you see, pain is different and suffering is different. Pain, you can feel it. It's a feeling. You can feel the pain. This hurts. But suffering is a perpetuation. So ask yourself, are you perpetuating the pain for the sake of it? Are you prolonging the pain because you're replaying what went wrong and what terrible things they did to you? And you replaying it over and over and over again. What that is torture. You don't deserve that. You don't. Okay? You're a beautiful being. You have so much to give into this world. And it's just a matter of time that you decide to learn how to truly be there for yourself, how to love yourself, and how to zoom out for a second and see how are you navigating through this. Are you navigating through your heartbreak like a boss, or are you navigating through it like a damsel in distress? And sometimes it's okay to be a mess, but there also is power when you allow yourself. I allow myself to be in this mess rather than I don't, it's like maybe I should get back to him, maybe I should get back to her. This is not about solving problem. It's about accepting how you're feeling and knowing and have a higher perspective when you're feeling the pain because you need to feel it to heal it, or when you're just feeling bad for yourself and repeating this negative spiral. Because actually there are people who takes years to even get over someone, to get over a breakup. Because what happened is that it's the perpetuation. You see, the heartbreak, it can be very short-lived, right? The pain of it, the sadness, the mourning of it. But when it's longer, there is some kind of perpetuation. So when we actually stand up, right, put our chest out and say, I take responsibility for when I perpetuate this, and I know I don't deserve it, so I choose to stop it now. If you do that, that's going to help you so much. And I'm going to be starting actually a 21-day self-love is the new sexy activation, where I'm going to be sharing with you how to move through heartbreaks, how to call back your love, and how to be there for yourself in all ways so that you can know what love truly is. You can experience the shift within you so that when someone comes, and we're going to talk about attracting the one, the aligned one, you know that it's love. You know it's not fear attaching. You know it's not expectation attaching. So more information on that is in the description down below. I'm looking forward. I'm really excited to get to know you in that space. And for those of you who want to know more about how you can go through especially really dark times in your life, watch this video that I made, and I think you're going to really enjoy that. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. I love you.